Happy New Year, everyone! What a year we have just completed. 2013 saw so many upheavals, ups and downs, virtual roller coaster rides of energy. Just when we had one surge, we caught our breath, and another occurred, and then another, and then another. 2013 was best described, perhaps, as the year of the roller coaster, rather than the year of illuminations and truths. But in reality, the latter is what we have just undergone and completed. This past year was a huge one of truth exposures, and bringing light on not only to many issues, but illuminating everything that has been suppressed and sitting in essential darkness or in the shadows for eons of your time. No arena on the globe was left untouched. The light was shed on the economic problems, financial sectors, political and government relations and actions, technological communication systems, unique weather patterns, healthcare, social and human rights. There was not one single arena that didn't involve utilizing the voice of the people, stepping forward and standing up for what they believed was right or just, and essentially using their voices as the impetus for change and energy shifts. 2013 was about education and awareness as well. Not just awareness through the casting of light on suppressed or covert activities, but also personal awarenesses, involving stepping up and placing boundaries on what was acceptable or not acceptable in the immediate personal world. There was much learning on how to say no, how to say this is unacceptable to me, becoming more compassionate with your verbiage, removing oneself from toxic situations and no longer sitting back passively and being the victim to the circumstances, but rather taking action and making changes through it. It was also the year of more pockets of humanity coming together as a collective and using the voice for mass change rather than a scant few being heard. Through all of the intense solar and lunar activity occurring over the past year, namely the lunar and solar eclipses, solar flares, the 11:11 and the 12:12 light gateways, Comet Ison, the Geminid meteors, and the polar tilts, there was certainly an intense amount of light and heightened energy bombarding the planet. It resulted in a lot of physical upheavals on the body level, as well as bringing forward unresolved emotional issues, opportunities to heal long-standing feelings of grief, loss, anger, anxiety, which lie in the cellular matrix. Again, shining lights on all these areas within oneself allowed for exposure to the issues at hand, so they could be dealt with head-on, completed, and released. Much of that roller coaster experience occurred on all of these levels, but in truth, it was meant to happen this way, so that the flood of energies as they come in through the beginning of 2014 can arrive onto a new energetic platform. And all of you played a direct role in making that happen. A job well done by doing the energetic cleanup work that was necessary to herald a new year of golden light. And finally, an anchoring of the earth into a higher, fifth-dimensional way of being. So what is really in store for this new year of 2014? First, as you begin the year, you are poised at the edge of the cliff, the point of making a choice between two roads at all times. There will be two prime questions that will always be in front of you. For example, should I stay in a place of comfort and unknowing, or should I step forward into a greater awareness? Should I stay in what I know to be safe and familiar, or should I try something new? Should I follow what the external world is dictating, or do I act on what I believe to be correct or what my intuition says, possibly contradicting or conflicting with what is happening around me? Do I act firmly with the sole intentions of its serving only myself, or can I step forward and harmoniously work with others and compromise in the process? Will I stay in the same story that I have been relating to myself and the world around me for so long, or will I expose my real self in a greater way and step into authenticity? There are many of these forks that you will be reaching as you step forward into the year, and at all of them, you will be faced with choices. One road leads to a higher energetic way of being and existing. The other remains in the comfort zone where you have lingeringly existed. 2014 will definitely be the year of the either or and this or that scenario. It will be ultimately the year of choices, and it is certainly the theme that starts off the month of January as well. On an individual level, the second theme that pervades January is the concept of reconnection, back to the earth, and the loving force of the planet itself. The call now is to open yourselves up to that feeling of connection, no matter what activity you are involved in life. The time now is about feeling the energy in everything that you do, in every person that you come in contact with, in every situation that comes your way, and by doing so, creating a portal of space whereby not only healing can occur, but new ways of communication and connections with the life forms around you can come into being. As well, allow yourself to really know what gratitude feels like. This is not a concept that you merely think or tell yourself about. In order to evoke the energy of it, it is necessary to feel the emotion around it with your entire body. This creates a more intimate connection with not only the planet itself, but the people and the situations within it, and it opens you up to the receiving of new possibilities in life. Finally, there is the theme of service. This is the opportunity where you will be asked to give of yourself, whether it's time, energy, skills, or talents. Whichever form it shows up as, know that all of the energy work that you did back in 2013 was a preparation for this point in time, in that what all you have to offer and give to the world will now be asked of you in a greater way. By stepping forward and giving of the real gifts that each one carries within while inhabiting this planet, you will be making strides in perfecting better relations and communications with your fellow man. This process alone is what contributes to the transformative process that is also occurring right now through the golden rays of light that have been surging since December 12 of this past 2013. Triggered in part by the solar activity earlier this year, this new energetic space is what sets the tone for this upcoming month. The existence of this new space means that you too are in a new space, and one that is virtually unrecognizable from who you were even a year ago. Look back for a minute. See yourself at this time last year. Can you honestly say that you were the same person back then? Because of the work you have done this past year, the new energetic platform includes you stepping into that higher place of service to the planet that you inhabit. And although you will still always have choices around the threshold of 2014, the kick in the pants to step beyond yourself and into serving others is what is being called for. This includes starting to act on your inspirations, feeling your intuition working at a higher capacity, and really listening to what it is telling you and guiding you. In this way, you will move closer to your view of success and fulfillment, and ultimately taking a more active and conscious part in what your life plan and purpose are all about. So welcome to the new year of 2014. Starting with supermoon and the new moons on January 1, be prepared for another ride. Like any process, it will surely be bumpy in certain parts. However, this will definitely be not only the year of light at the highest and brightest that it's ever been to date, but also the year of spiritual development. With both supermoon and new moon being the mirror that enables you to see your reflection magnified, there will still be moments of the shadows lurking around. There will still be the coulda, shoulda, wanna, but I have to, need to thoughts and feelings. There will still be hard, fast, and polarized or black and white points of view that essentially call for the need for it to be flushed out, brought out into the open at the table in order to be shifted. Know that when this occurs, you will now be much better equipped to respond in a more harmonious and embracing way, rather than being reactive or operating from the hip. The flipping and the reversal of the sun's magnetic fields energetically promotes a flipping of your own energy on an individualized scale. While 2013 was one of using your voice, stepping out, and being visible and heard, 2014 is shaping up to be more of a year to go within and being more introverted of sorts. That doesn't mean that there won't be activity and movement. Of course there will. But it also means that there will be more people taking stock of the much deeper and profound questions, such as, who am I? Why am I here? What is my life plan or purpose? What is my contribution to humanity? They will start questioning their role and step beyond the immediate physical and material world around them and look to something bigger and greater, or in this case, more deeper and more expansive. These and many other questions will be at the forefront of this year, as more people undertake that deeper climb within themselves and reconnect with the meaning of life for them and in general. Finally, there is no question that the new year is the doorway towards a new way of being, albeit into uncharted territory. And that, of course, is the excitement around operating in new space. You get to create it all. How wonderful is this? Happy and a much lighter new year, everyone. Blessings to you all.